Good morning. I'm Dave Apsley. I'm a forester and a natural resources specialist with Ohio State University Extension. Today I'm in Jackson County, Ohio, and I'd like to introduce you to black raspberry. Black raspberry is not really a tree or a shrub. It's actually a bramble. It's a plant that usually lives 2 years. During the first year, you're going to get this nice straight cane. It'll eventually droop over, and then in that second growing season is when it produces the raspberries. So how do we identify black raspberry? Well, first of all, it has compound leaves. The leaves are typically trifoliate, similar to poison ivy or even box elder, but it can have 5 leaflets as well. One of the better ways to separate it is if you look at the underside, it's going to be very white in color. It'll actually have very short prickly spines that are kind of hooked sometimes on this little rachis where the leaflets attach. The leaves are attached to these canes. Again, the first year they can be pretty straight, but they're almost always covered with this waxy coat. This time of the year, that waxy coat or bloom is covering up the green cane below. So if we polish that cane, you're going to see that it gets shiny and green below. Later in the growing season, it's going to be more of a reddish or purplish color. It's going to have these short little prickles or spines. They're covered up on the cane. These canes are also round in cross section, unlike the blackberry, which is more ridged. So again, short spines. They can have a little bit of a hook to them. They're broader at the base, very sharp. In the late spring, they're going to produce flowers. The flowers are not super showy, not as showy as the blackberries. They tend to have 5 petals, and when they mature, they're going to produce this wonderful fruit. That fruit, before it's mature, is going to be light in color. These are almost white. They'll turn a pinkish or reddish color, and then when they're mature, they're going to be about a 1/2 inch or a little bit smaller in diameter. It's a cluster of drupes. And when we pull that fruit off, you'll notice they're hollow on the inside. So unlike the blackberry, when you pick the blackberry fruit, the core stays intact and they'll break off on a little stem. These are actually little hollow, little dome-shaped berries with lots of drupes. They're blackish in color and they're very juicy, very tasty. They're wonderful, they're tart, and I can't wait to get home and put these in some ice cream and give them a try. Again, this is black raspberry. It's a wonderful native plant that's great for human consumption, but also songbirds love them. Thanks so much for your time, and please take at least part of your day to enjoy it in the woods.